Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you very much for the lovely introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to extend a special welcome to each one of you in the audience. But I'd like to also extend a special welcome to Dr. Vivek Suneja, our Dean, our patron, who has been influential in guiding us with deciding the design of the theme for the annual Founders Day. Thank you, Professor Vivek Suneja, for your support and your guidance. I wish to also welcome the faculty members, the PhD scholars at FMS, the former faculty, the former deans, the students, the alumni, the sponsors, and the invitee speakers to this very special event. Today is the Founders Day annual celebrations. Since 2015, it's become an annual feature, and rightly so. The question is, what is the special significance of the theme of the conference, which is climate change and U? What does the U stand for? We submit that when we said it's climate change and U, we meant the U has two dimensions. One is the organized sector, the business leaders, the multinationals, the corporations, the governments, policymakers. The other part of you, the other side of the coin, is individuals, ladies and gentlemen, like you and me. We as a nation, I believe, can bend the curve. We as a nation can bend the curve. In simple terms, I submit to you that we as a nation can accomplish our ambitious climate goals that the Prime Minister had committed at COP26 in Glasgow. Now, what gives me that conviction? What gives me that academic courage? What gives me the conviction as a practitioner, having been in the field running large corporations? If you look at the demographic dividend that we always speak about, over 50% of India's population clearly demonstrates that we have over 50% of the population under the age of 25, the youth. I believe if anyone can work a miracle, it is the youth of India. Is this claim exaggerated? To my mind, I don't think so. The youth today are far more conscious of the environment. But what their request and what their unsaid request is, can business leaders, policymakers, governments give us eco-friendly products, but at affordable prices? Are they willing to take the sacrifice when India moves from old technologies, which are fossil-driven, and rightly so for the present, in the next 10, 20 years, towards new, greener, cleaner technologies? This transition is going to be a great challenge. While it's easy to say in media editorials that the youth should understand they'll be victims of climate change if our generation, present policymakers, those in the political class do not act today or as on yesterday, which is true. But the fact remains that they can work miracles. What we need to do is communicate with them the sacrifices that may entail the transition while moving from old, non-eco-friendly technologies to far more eco-friendly technologies. Now, what is it that gives me this conviction that we can achieve? Look at the pandemic, the way the public responded, the youth in the forefront, whether in the corporation, whether in hospitals, whether in the military, whether in the police, all frontline workers, bulk of them were young. And we as a nation, to my mind, have done fairly well in terms of a response to the pandemic. Unprepared, but we did arrive. So what is the role of business leaders? What is the relevance of having this theme today? Because we want, on behalf of the Faculty of Management Studies and the FMS Forum, set the agenda for the next 10 years, along with like-minded thought leaders, institutions, and societies, nations, and communities. Hence, we chose the climate change and you as theme. Well, Mr. Parigi, we may have done well in our response to the pandemic, maybe a couple of flaws here and there. But what is this conviction? What is this audacious proposition that you say that we can work miracles by collaborating with the youth of India? If you look at our history, look at the Green Revolution, look at the Milk Revolution, look at the IT Revolution, and at the age of 73, I've been part of these revolutions, witnessed them as a student, as a young manager. We achieved. It's the same invisible force, with the help of the youth, with right policy leaders, great leadership from business leaders, that we can become the world's largest superhouse for clean, green hydrogen. Clean, green hydrogen. We can become the global suppliers of electric vehicles. Some of you might not be aware that in the last 10 years, from a measly 20, 30, 50,000 mobile phone exports, we are now going to export at least 2 lakh phones. All this in 10 years. So I think as a nation, we can bend the curve. As a nation, we will achieve our goals. Then what is the challenge that I think confronts us? How do we get the developed world, the global financial institutions and the global markets to share the financial burden of India when we transit from the old technologies to the new technologies? This is a critical part. And I think the government is already engaged with this kind of a challenge. The other is to empower our youth, educate them, train them, communicate with them and tell them that there are sacrifices. We need to redesign for a better eco-friendly world or planet or lifestyle. We need to redesign the demand and consumption side of our lifestyle, at least for 10 to 20 years, and we will arrive successfully and achieve our goals. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your indulgence. Once again, welcome to this very special evening brought to you by the Faculty of Management Studies, University of Delhi, and the FMS Forum. Thank you.